If the words website analytics make your eyes glaze over, you are in exactly the right place. Most small charities either ignore their website numbers completely or open the dashboard once, feel overwhelmed by the charts, and never return. Both are a shame because hidden inside all that data are a handful of simple numbers that can quietly tell you what is working, what is not, and where to spend your precious time. This video cuts through the noise and shows you the few numbers that actually matter, how to read them without drowning, and how to use them to gently improve. No jargon, no maths degree required. One honest note first. This is educational content only. We are not affiliated with Google or any analytics tool. These tools and privacy rules change often, and nothing here is legal advice, so always check the current guidance for your country. What we offer is a calm human way to finally understand your own website. Why analytics matters for a small charity. Let us start with why any of this is worth your time. Without analytics, every decision about your website is a guess. You wonder whether anyone reads your blog, whether your donate page works, whether that social campaign brought anyone in, and you simply do not know. Analytics replaces that guessing with quiet, honest answers, and for a charity with almost no time to spare, that is precious because it tells you where your effort is actually paying off. Instead of pouring hours into a page nobody visits, or ignoring the one page quietly bringing in donations, you can see the truth and act on it. You do not need to become a data analyst, you just need to glance at a few numbers now and then and let them guide you. Used lightly, analytics is not about charts and dashboards at all. It is simply about wasting less effort and doing more of what works. Do not drown, watch only a few numbers. Here is the most important thing in this entire video. Do not try to understand everything. Analytics tools show you hundreds of numbers, and almost all of them are noise for a small charity. The great mistake is opening the dashboard, seeing a wall of metrics, and either panicking or trying to track it all, which leads straight to giving up. So give yourself permission, right now, to ignore 90% of it. There are really only a few numbers you need: how many people visit, where they come from, which pages they read, and how many take the action you care about, like donating or signing up. That is it. Everything else can wait or be ignored forever. When you stop trying to drink from the fire hose and watch just these few numbers, analytics suddenly becomes calm, quick, and genuinely useful, something you can check in 5 minutes rather than dread, visitors, and what the number really means. Let us start with the simplest number. How many people visit your site? This tells you the overall size of your audience and whether it is growing, shrinking, or holding steady over time. Do not obsess over the exact figure on any single day because it will bounce around. Instead, watch the trend across weeks and months. Is it slowly climbing, which suggests your outreach is working, or drifting down, which is a gentle signal to pay attention? One useful distinction is between visits and visitors, since one person can visit many times, so the tools usually show both the number of people and the number of sessions, but please do not get lost in the definitions. The real value is the direction of travel over time, so pick the visitor number, watch how it moves month to month, and let that simple line tell you whether your audience is quietly growing. The next number is one of the most useful of all: where your visitors come from. Analytics groups this into a few sources: people who found you through a search engine, those who arrived from social media, those who typed your address directly or had it bookmarked, and those who clicked a link on another website. This little breakdown is quietly powerful because it tells you which of your efforts is actually bringing people in. If most visitors come from search, your written content is doing real work and worth more of it. If a social campaign sent a wave of visitors, you know it landed. If a partner's link brought people, that relationship has value. Rather than guessing which channel deserves your limited time, you can simply look and see. Follow the sources that genuinely bring people to your cause, and gently let go of the ones that never do. Your top pages, what people actually read. Now let us find out what people actually care about. Your top pages. Every analytics tool can show you which pages get the most visits, and this list is often a revelation. You may discover that a page you barely thought about is your most popular, while the one you labored over sits ignored. That is gold because it tells you, in your visitors' own behavior, what they came for. Use it two ways. First, make your most popular pages as good as they can possibly be. since that is where the most eyes already are, so ensure they clearly guide people to give, sign up, or learn more. Second, notice what topics draw people and make more of that. Your top pages are your audience quietly telling you what they value most, so listen to them. It is far easier to improve the pages people already visit than to drag attention to ones they never do. The number that matters most, donation conversions. Now the number that matters more than all the others, whether people take the action you actually care about. Visitors are lovely, but a charity website usually exists to do something, to gain a donation, a sign up, a volunteer, or an inquiry. Tracking how many visitors complete that action is called measuring conversions, and it is the truest measure of whether your site is working. A page can have thousands of visitors and still fail if almost none of them give, and the quiet page can be a triumph if the few who arrive nearly all act. So decide what your key action is, most often a donation, and pay attention to how many people complete it and what share of visitors that represents. Setting this up may take a little effort, and the exact method changes with the tools, so follow their current guidance. But this is the number worth the trouble, because it measures real results, not just traffic, bounce, time, and the gentler signals. Beyond the main four, a couple of softer signals can add useful color, as long as you hold them loosely. One is how quickly people leave, sometimes called the bounce, meaning visitors who arrive and go without doing anything more. Another is how long people stay, a rough hint at whether your content held them. These are gentle clues, not verdicts, so do not agonize over them. A page where nearly everyone leaves at once might have a confusing headline or a broken promise worth a look. A page where people linger is probably giving them what they wanted. Treat these numbers as soft nudges toward pages that might need attention, never as scores to chase. And remember, context matters. Sometimes a quick visit means someone found exactly what they needed and left happy. Use these signals to raise questions, not to pass judgment, and you will read them wisely. Turning numbers into simple questions. Numbers on their own change nothing. What matters is the questions they prompt, so let us make this practical. Each time you glance at your analytics, turn what you see into a plain, curious question. Visitors dropped this month. What changed? Did we stop posting? This page gets huge traffic, but almost no donations. Is the ask unclear? Most people come from search. What are they searching for? And can we write more of it? Hardly anyone finds the donate page. Is it too well hidden? This is the whole art of using analytics well, not admiring the data, but letting it point you to the right questions and then to small experiments. You do not need statistical skill, you need honest curiosity. Approach your numbers like a friendly detective looking for one clue worth following, and even the simplest dashboard becomes a quiet guide to what to try next, making one small improvement at a time. Here is how to turn all this into real progress without burning out. Change one small thing at a time. Once your numbers raise a question, pick the single most promising improvement and make just that one change. Maybe you make the donate button clearer on your busiest page, rewrite a confusing headline, or add a sign-up form to your most read article. Then wait, watch the relevant number over the following weeks, and see if it moved. Because you changed only one thing, you will actually know whether it helped, which teaches you something real about your visitors. This slow, gentle rhythm, look, question, change one thing, watch, is how small charities quietly improve their websites without a big budget or a redesign. Do not try to fix everything at once. That only creates confusion and exhaustion. One thoughtful change a month, guided by what your numbers show, adds up to a far better website within a year. Privacy, honesty, and the limits of data. Before we finish, 2 grounding reminders. First, respect privacy. When you measure your visitors, you take on a responsibility to handle their data honestly and lawfully, which often means telling people you use analytics, honoring cookie and consent rules, and collecting no more than you need. These rules differ by country and change over time, so check the current requirements where you operate rather than assuming. Second, hold your data humbly. Analytics is a useful guide, not perfect truth. The numbers are often approximate. Privacy tools mean some visits go uncounted, and no dashboard can capture the full human story behind a click. So use these numbers to inform your decisions, never to replace your judgment or your knowledge of the people you serve. Let the data start conversations and raise questions, but let your mission and your care for real people always have the final word. Really. Quick recap. Let us bring it together. Website analytics is not something to fear or to master completely. It is simply a way to stop guessing and see what is working. Ignore the overwhelming wall of numbers and watch only a few, how many people visit and whether that trend is rising, where your visitors come from, which top pages they actually read, and above all, how many take the action you care about, usually a donation. Treat bounce and time on page as gentle clues, not verdicts. Turn everything you see into simple, curious questions, and then improve just one small thing at a time and watch whether it moved. Respect your visitors' privacy and the rules around it. Hold the data humbly, and remember these tools and rules change, so verify the current guidance. You do not need to be technical, and you certainly do not need to understand every chart to let your own website teach you how to do better. A 5-minute glance at a few honest numbers, turned into one good question and one small change, will serve your charity better than any expensive redesign. So here is your simple start. This week, open your analytics, ignore everything except your visitor trend, your traffic sources, and your top pages, and write down just one question those numbers raise. That single question is the beginning of a smarter, kinder website. Remember that everything here is educational only. We are not affiliated with Google or any analytics tool. These tools and privacy rules change, and nothing here is legal advice, so verify the current requirements for your country. If this made analytics feel calmer and more doable, subscribe for more practical, honest charity marketing you can actually use, and take a look at the companion written guide linked below. We will keep turning big, intimidating topics into calm, doable steps, one video at a time.